As we enter week 3 of the Zwift Racing League and a tough race last week with a lot of climbing, some people are likely looking forward to a route with a lot less elevation gain. Bad news, this isn't going to be your week either. Race 3 will see all categories taking on the London Loop Reverse, which we last raced in the ZRL in 2023. For Category A and B, that means 3 laps for a total of 44.7 kilometers and a total of 692 meters of elevation. For Category C and D, you are looking at a total of 2 laps for a total of 29.3 kilometers and 457 meters of elevation. This week's race is a scratch race, so it is all about where you place when you cross that final finish line. As always, we will have detailed route notes available to you in our Discord. The link for that is down below. The notes will include what to expect for power-ups, as that information is not always available to us at the time that we film these videos. Also, if you are a member to this channel, you will get early access to this video before anyone else, as you all requested. With a good amount of climbing, descending, and rolling terrain, a good all-rounder with a focus on aero will be the bike choice for this week. So we give the nod to the Pinarello Dogma F 2024 along with the DT Swiss 65. From the Pens, you will make a left turn into the short 200-meter lead-in for the course. You will head over the bridge and down the escalator at 1.1 kilometers. You will continue through the tunnel, then begin to wind your way up to the start line of this route's biggest feature, the Fox Hill Climb. Expect the field to be reduced by 50 to 60% the first time up Fox Hill, then further reductions on subsequent laps. Your 5 to 7 minute watt per kilogram power will be crucial for this climb. Clearly, the Fox Hill Climb is the biggest feature on this route. Notably, the climb actually begins before the KOM start line. On your first lap, the road will tilt up at about 2.1 kilometers, with the KOM officially beginning at 2.7. The average gradient of Fox Hill KOM is 4.3, but don't let that fool you. The last third of this segment is downhillish, flat, false flat, so the climbing portion of the segment actually averages about 7.4%. From the start of the climbing, that is before the start of the KOM line, to the top of the climb, you've got about 2.3 kilometers of distance to cover. At 2.7 kilometers, you will be in the worst part of the climb as you hit a 400-meter segment of 8 to 12%. So buckle up, this section is going to hurt a bit. Another steep pitch will happen at 3.8 kilometers, ranging from 7 to 9% for 500 meters. At 5.1 kilometers, you will pass through the KOM banner. Good news is, if you had a lot of fun on this climb, you get to do it again each and every lap. Then again, that could be bad news depending on your perspective. Now it is your time to gain some recovery, or if you have lost some positions, it's time to push back and get back on. Super tucking is possible on the descent, so use that to your advantage, or make sure that you're utilizing the draft effectively if you are in the pack. Riders who lack the watts per kilogram may find themselves dropped on Fox Hill, but it is possible to chase back on during the Box Hill descent. All the super tuck potential and descent is effectively over at the 8.5 kilometer mark when you head back into the tunnel. At 9 kilometers, get ready for those punchers to punch as you hit the escalator and its 15% gradient. It's a good spot for some people to create some pressure and get a quick gap given the right circumstances, especially if someone still has the legs to punch over the bridge at 9.3. They can extend that gap. While this probably will not be a strategy on the earlier laps, it can be a point of attack, more so in the late stages of the race. What follows is generally flat to false flat kind of territory, so watch the stronger riders, stick to a wheel, make sure that you are in the mix. You will hit the finish/lap banner at 14.4 kilometers, so it's either time for another lap or that final sprint. On the final lap, it will be interesting this week as this finish is one that racers are not necessarily familiar with. With about 1.4 kilometers to go, the road tilts up, making a great place to launch a long attack. Then with its 500 meters left, the road tilts downward, giving you a very fast run into the finish line. So best of luck in this week's race. If you have found this video helpful, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for future recons. Again, best of luck in your CRL race, and until next time, see ya.